Hello, welcome to Mr. Johnson Math and Science class. And in today's math class, we're going to be doing writing in words. So this is my email address and this is my digits. You can call me or WhatsApp me via these digits. Okay, I'm going to take you through some things that will help you recall most of the things we'll be treating. And let me see, for instance, if I have a number like 80063582754 and you're like, wow, this number is too long. When someone's asking you to call these digits, you're like, wow, it's too long. This video will really help you. So at the end of this video, I assure you that you're going to be able to call such digits. So let's go ahead. Now in number systems, we'll have Arabic, then we'll have words. In words today, we'll be doing what's it called, English. So we'll use English as our words. Then we'll have Roman numeral. So this is the Roman. Okay, let me just put numeral here, but remember it's Roman numeral, RAL. And then we'll now have the tally system of counting. So I will start from Arabic. Arabic, you know your normal 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, but that's not the same for words. So for words to have 1 as ONE, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then for the Roman numerals we have I, IV, V, VI, VII, then IX. Why for the tally system we have a different thing altogether. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whenever it gets to 5, you have to cross 1. So have another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If it's here 10, I would have crossed another number here. Don't know if you get. So these are one of the basic ways of writing numbers, or let's say the major ways of writing numbers that are generally accepted in the world. So we have the Arabic in words, Roman numerals, or the tally system of writing. Okay, so let's go ahead and make more sense out of what we are trying to say. Okay, so we have unit, tenths, 100,000. In your school, most of you stopped here, but we're gonna, in this class, in the course of this class, we're gonna extend it now. Now I want you to just give me your undivided attention. When we have a number like, okay, let's say 1, let's say 3, because this number is a single number, because it's just single, it's called units. It's called what? Units, because it's a single number. So if I just write something like only 5 is single unit, 6 is single unit, 8 is single unit. I hope this is making sense to you. Now whenever, what I'm trying to say is that whenever I write a single number, that number is what? A unit. And these units, they range between 0 and 9. So units, let me put it here. So for units, we'll have 0 to 9, they are units. You understand? So 7 is a unit whenever a number is single. Then tenth, whenever a number becomes more than 1, like let's say 4 here, it becomes tenth. So this is 4 and 2. So for example, 20, 14, tenth, because they are more than, so 10, all of them, they are two numbers. So whenever a number is double, you understand, that makes it a tenth. Hope this is making sense to you. Let me just continue. And tenth ranges from 10 to 99. That's a tenth. Now whenever a number becomes 3, it becomes hundreds. So let me call it hundredths, the hundredths, because you have 3 digits here, hundredths. Okay, so let's do some things on this hundredths before we proceed to the thousand. So if I want to write this number now, how to call a number or writing in words is that call the place of that number, the place value of that number before you proceed. So if I want to call for only 3, this becomes 3 because a unit. Why? Tenth is 43, right? Now for hundreds, the place of 5 here is what? In hundreds. So I say 543 because this 5 is in what? Is in hundred, and 4 is in 10, and 3 is in units. Okay, so assuming we'll have something like this now, this becomes thousand. If you want to call this number, it becomes 8,000 because 8 is actually in thousand. 8,000, 5 in hundred, and 43. I don't know if this is making sense to you. So let's just write these ones down and do some work on this. So if you want to write in words, I have that this is 8,000, 5 in hundreds, 500 and 43. Okay, so let me just do let me get one more number and then we'll write it down. So let's say if we have 7263. Okay, so let's write this number in words. Okay, so have that this is 7. Okay, let's start from here. This is units, tenths, hundreds, and thousand. So this 7 is in thousand, right? So 7 in thousand, 2 in hundred, 6 in tenths, and 3 in. So this gives us 7,000 200 and 63. Hope this is making sense to you. So let's keep approaching to more numbers. Okay, now so now the format after you have your thousand is that there is a kind of a reoccurrence, or let me see something reoccurring. For example, now you have thousand. If you have another number here, like let's say 6, it becomes tenth of thousand, tenth of the thousand. We now have another number like 8, it becomes hundredths of thousand. You understand? So and after tenth of thousand, 100,000, we'll now move into the next number, which is what? Million. Okay, now so let's call this number now. Because we said hundred of thousand, you ask yourself, what is the first hundred in this thousand? The first hundred in thousand, hundreds. How many numbers make up a hundred? 3 numbers. So the first hundred in thousand is 1, 2, and 3. So I cut from here, making it 800, and because it's in hundred to 868,543. Okay, I think I'm gonna just take it bit by bit and make more sense out of what I'm trying to explain now. Okay, for example, let's take this slide. Before I'm going to be working with this both slides simultaneously, so let's go to this slide and try to make some sense now. So let's say we have numbers like 4, 6, 8, 3, 5, 1, 2. Okay, this is the units, tenths, hundredths, thousand. After thousand we'll have what? Tenths of thousand. After that we now have hundredths of thousand, and then before we have million. After million we also have tenths of million. Then we now have what? Hundredths of million. So before I talk about tenths of million and hundredths of million, let's first of all take it bit by bit and until we approach this. And let me just put something like 3 and 2 here. Let's start from here. Let's go from this point. Let me get my highlighter. Let's go from this point onwards. So let's start from here. Let's start from this 1,000, which you're already familiar with based on what I explained in the last section. Okay, so this will be giving us what? Unit, tenths, hundredths. So this 3 is in thousand, giving us 3,000 3,000, because 3 is in thousand, 3,500, 5 is in hundred, and 12. Now you don't call 10 singly, like for example 1 and 4, you don't say 1 4, no, you call them together 14, 15, 16. So this is 12, you don't say 1 and 2, you understand? So this is 3,500, and the 10, take it together with the unit, so 12, you understand? Okay, now let's approach towards this end. Let's add 8 into this team and call it. So if you want to call from 8 to this end, we'll be having that 8 is in what? Tenth of thousand. Now you ask yourself, in this thousand, what is the first tenth I can see in this thousand? The first tenth is talking about two numbers, right? So these are the two numbers, first two numbers. That is this first, and this first two numbers, that is this tenth, is what? 83. So it gives you 83 in thousand, so 83,512. Hope this is making sense to you. Okay, let's keep approaching to the next. So here let's encroach towards 6, and then now 6, we are having that after 1,000 we'll have 10th of thousand, then 100,000. You now ask yourself, now what is the first hundreds in this thousand? The first hundreds in this thousand, talking about the first three numbers you will see once you come to this set of number. We've not gotten to this part. So the first three numbers is 6, 8, 3, and 100 is in 3, right? So 683 gives us what? 683, but not just 683, in thousand. So 683,512. So let's keep approaching. After that, we now have what? Million. So this is just million, a single million, not tenth of, not hundred of million. So now this becomes that what? Let's start from beginning and then take it easy. Unit, tenth, hundredth, thousand, tenth of thousand, hundredth of thousand, million. So what is the million here? It's just 4. So 4 in million, 683 in thousand, 512. Hope these things are making sense to you. Just try your best. They are quite simple. Okay, now so let's approach towards this end and include 2. So because we are in, don't mind this my dot, I'm just trying to use to explain things, you understand? Wow, this is even a wrong position. I should have placed this this here and not here. Okay, so let's continue. Just don't be confused, just take it easy. So this is tenth of million, and 10 talks about two numbers, right? So what is the first two numbers in this whole set of numbers? Is 2 and 4. So because 2 and 4 are 10, so let's call it now 24 million, because actually a million, 24 million 683 in thousand, then 512. So let's approach this and that. So this becomes what? Remember, this is hundred of million, right? So you ask yourself the simple question, what's the first hundred in this number? Is 324. So 324, let's call it, it becomes what? 324, but in million, 683,512. Hope that's making sense to you. Okay, let me write a more bigger number, and let's check if we can make some sense out of that big number. So let's have something like 4 6 8 5 3 2 6 7 4 8 2 5 6 1 2. Okay, this number is never hard to call. Just take it easy and you're definitely gonna call it. So we know that this is unit, right? Unit, tenth, hundredth, thousand, tenth of thousand. Okay, tenth of thousand. Oh, don't worry about that. So hundredth of thousand, million, tenth of million, hundredth of million, billion. Okay, let me just show you this so after million we have billion, after billion we have trillion, after trillion we have quadrillion, and after quadrillion quintillion, sextillion, quintillion, sextillion, septillion, octillion, nonillion, and decillion. Okay, so let's continue. So billion, we now have tenth of billion, then we now have hundredth of billion. We'll move to the next one, which is what? Trillion, tenth of trillion, then hundredth of trillion. Now, because we ended at hundred of trillion, you ask yourself, what is the first hundred in this trillion? Is 468. So cut from there. You count 3, cut, count 3, cut, count 3, cut, to make things easy for yourself. So let's write this in words. So this becomes 460. Sorry for that. This is t, xt, and this is y. 68 trillion. So don't make the mistake of adding the place value trillion. Then 500 and 32 billion 612. Wow. That's it. So all you just have to do is study the number carefully, and then make sure you put the proper place of that number. You understand? Okay, so I think at this point, if you wish to write this, write it. I want to clean this section and then do more explanation as we continue. So if you know, just pause the video, take it backward and pause it, and then copy these things if you wish to write them. So I just want to clear this section so that you can write. Let me do this faster. Okay, so that we can get more examples and solve for you to understand better. Okay, so back to the class. Okay, so let's get more big number, and then I'm gonna do some more. I'm gonna just solve 2 more examples and we'll continue. So let's have 4600 and 2. Oftentimes people get confused with that kind of number, but we'll still do our proper way of studying our numbers. So this is what? Units, tenths, hundredths, then thousand, then tenth of thousand, tenth of thousand. So ask yourself, what is the first tenth in this thousand? Is 4 and 6, right? So this is giving us what? So let's call it. Now remember that 002 and 020 and 200 are different things altogether. This one now is 2, this one is 20, and this one is what? 200. They are different things altogether. So you know, 0 is an insignificant, it's not a significant value, so therefore it plays no importance whenever it's before a number. So here we'll be having, for the first tenth of the thousand is 46, so 46,000 and 2, because this whole number here is just what? 2. So no need of saying 200. You understand? So let me give you another example. If I have something like 500, 600, 800, for instance, if we have such kind of number, that's still very much simple. So we know that this is what? Unit, tenth, hundredth, tenth of okay, that's 100,000. This is thousand first, thousand, then tenth of thousand. This is hundredth for this one, hundredth of thousand. Don't be confused. Then after that we have million, tenth of million, then hundredth of million. Hope this is not confusing you. Now because we have hundredth of million, we entered at hundred of million. Ask yourself, what is the first hundred in this million? Is 1, 2, 3. The first 3 numbers, because hundred talk about 3 numbers. So let's cut from here, then count more 3 cuts, and then we'll have. So this becomes, let's write in words, it will become 5 100, 500 million, then 600,000, and 800. So the 8 is just in a simple form of hundreds, right? Okay, and that's it. So but I'm going to show you another secret to writing of numbers. I'm going to show you a smarter way of writing numbers, smarter, very much smart, and time saving. Please, if you wish to write this, you can write it down, because I'm going to clean that section so you can get ahead and solve more examples. Okay, so another smart way of writing numbers is just simple. So I believe by now you've gotten an idea of what numbers are actually, what they actually mean. So let's say we have a number like 3, 6, 8, 5, 2, 6, 3, 3, 8, 6, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 5, 1. Is that long? Quite very, very kind of long, right? But it's very much simple. It's something we can do. Yes, it's something we can do. So all we just need to do is study our numbers like we just did unit 10 and other, but you don't have to waste that whole time. So the trick I want to show you is just simple. Just count 3 from here. 1, 2, 3, you cut. 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 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, you cut. 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 The ones that remain there is not a challenge. The ones that remain after you cut, but make sure you start from the back. Count 1, 2, 3, cut, 1, 3, cut. So we know that this part, every part here from here to here is what ends in hundreds. Then all the parts here ends in what? Hundreds of thousand. All the parts here ends in what? Hundreds of million. So all the parts here is what? Billion. Let me just be faster. So here is what? Trillion. Here is what? Quadrillion. Here is what? Quintillion. And here is what? Sextillion. And this one is what? Septillion. So remember our this one I gave you. So after billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, and septillion. So that number got to septillion. I don't think there's any number that will get to octillion, nonillion, or decillion in your exams. But let's continue. Okay. So you're here, right? Okay, sorry, we've not got to this section. So it ended in septillion, and the septillion there is just a single number. So this becomes 3 septillion, 685 sextillion, 263 quintillion, 386 quadrillion, 725 trillion, 186 billion, 923 million, 456,851. So that's just simple. So let's just get more random numbers and then do justice to them. So 400, let me say 3534006852136. So let's say this is the number we have. The trick is just count 1, 2, 3, cut, 1, 2, 3, cut, 1, 2, 3, cut, 1, 2. Okay, that is, so we are not cutting because we just have remaining. So this becomes what? We know that everything here is what? Hundreds, thousand, and then million, then billion. Very simple. So because it's 100, three numbers, that is hundred of billion, have 534 billion. Then remember what I told you about this insignificant value. So 534 billion, 6 million, because there's nothing here, so not 600 million, not 60 million, so 6 million 852,136. So if you're confused about this 006 something, just know that this is just 6 now. This is 6, but if it were 060, it becomes what? 60. And if it were 600, what will it become? 600. 600. So I don't think that should cause any kind of chaos here or confusion. But hope you understand what I'm talking about. So I just want to do one more example and we'll call it a class. So let's have 4, 6, 6, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 5, 8, 6, 4, 3, 7, 5, 2, 1 6 8 5 8 3 6 7 2 1 5 8 9 1 0 2 4. Somebody's saying, Mr. Johnson, be careful. Are you sure this is possible? Yes, my dear, this is very much possible. So what do we do? Count the first three. 1 2 3, we'll cut here. 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 So we know that. Okay, let me just get rid of some things here so that I can get some space to do our work. Okay, so having this number in this format, I think we are kind of, so now this is what, hundreds, this is the thousand section, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. Let me just use quad. So this is the quintillion, and this is the sextillion. Yeah, the septillion, octillion, and nonillion, right? So let's still review some things from here. So after sextillion, septillion, octillion, nonillion. So I was very much correct in what I was doing. So let's continue. So let's start from this. So because this nonillion just have two numbers talks about what, the tenth unit and tenth. So this is tenth of nonillion. So 46 nonillion, 633 octillion, 225 septillion, 864 sextillion, 373 375 375 quintillion, 216 quadrillion, 858 trillion, 267 billion, 250 million, 891,024 because of this zero. So this is 024 and 24. Hope you're getting what you're doing in this class. So that's it. Okay, so let's continue. Now we have a task to do, and they're just simple questions that you can do. So let's go ahead and do this task together. So the first one is write the following in words. So let's just cut them. 1 2 3, the secret of cutting. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 and 3. So you can just ignore that one. So this is what, hundreds. Okay, let me just write the number out so that I can see the number. Maybe it might be too small for you. So let's say I have 2,856. I've already cut it to. Then 789 367 826 826, then 780. So I actually know that from this kind of question that this is what, the hundredths part, thousand parts, million parts, billion parts, trillion parts, and quadrillion parts. So hundred, thousand, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. So this, if I want to write in words, it becomes what, 2 quadrillion, comma 800 and 56 trillion 700 and 89 billion 300 and 67 thousand, thousand, 700 and 80. So we are done with number one, right? So let's write out number two here. So have 57000. So I have 4 zeros here. So 0000 and 876 876 876 345 345. Okay, so let's have this. So 1 2 3 will cut, 1 2 3 will cut, 1 2 3 will cut. So and what I want to tell you is that if you are cool using unit, tens, hundreds, thousand, tenth of thousand, 2000, it's still good. But I think this cutting by three numbers is much more faster. You get. So that's just it. But if you are cool using naming them one after the other, it's just gonna waste your time. But that's still okay. But I just want to show you. I'm just using this fast method to save time. So this is the hundredths part, thousandths part, million, and then what do we have here? This part is billion. So let's write this number out. So this will be 57 billion. Then there is no million. So because there is no million, all of them are zero. Skip million and go to the next one. 800 HUN 800 and let's continue here. 76 in thousand. 76,000 because there was no million, so we just skipped million. Then we'll have 300 and 45. Okay, so for this other number here we'll have, let me write it out here, that is number 3. For this number 3, just for number 3 we'll have, let me write the numbers here: 5672 5672 5672 80091. So I just count, I can count 1 2 3, I cut 1 2 3, I cut, okay, and then 1 2 3. So let's go ahead. This is let's go from here to here and then down here. So this is the hundred section, this is the thousand, and this is the million. So if we should write this, let me write it here to become 56. Okay, sorry, not 56, 5. Okay, wow, let me just clean this because I have 3 digits there and I'm saying it's not 10. If it were 10 to become 56, but we had 3 digits there. Okay, hope you're getting what I'm doing. So 500 and 567 million 280,000, comma, and 91 because there's nothing else there, and 90 91 and 91. So that's it for that number. Okay, I think I want to get rid of this first one, and then so I can have some space to write some things. Okay, so for this first one, if you wanted to write it down, take the video back, pause it, and then write it. Take the video just backwards, pause it, then copy it down. Okay, so for this last one now, let's go for it. Go Diego. Okay, no, excuse me, just hang on. Okay, so have 3 6 3 6 3 6 3 6 3 6 about 5 times. 3 6 3 6 3 6 3 6 3 6. So 1 2 3 4 5. Let me check. 1 2 3 4 5. Then 3852 3852 00401 004 00401. Okay, so let's count. 1 2 3 will cut. 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 So this is the 100 section. 1000 parts, million parts, billion parts, trillion parts, quadrillion parts, and quintillion parts. Okay, so this is the quintillion parts. This gives us 3 quintillion 636 quadrillion 363 trillion 636 billion 385,200,401. So that's just it. So the tax is done. You can review this. Just go and review this, but just know that after your hundreds we have a reoccurrence, such as tenth of any number, tenth of thousand, and then we'll now have hundreds of thousand before go to the next number. So we also have tenth of million here, hundredth of million. Same thing happens to tenth of billion, hundred. So we'll have this kind of reoccurrence of that to do with tenth and hundredth of that particular number we are dealing with. Okay, so we're done with this section, right? So just try on your own. Try the questions on your own. This is the try on your own section. You have about 8 questions to try on your own. Make sure you do this 8 question. Don't procrastinate. Don't say it's too hard or whatever. This question, you are here. I carefully took my time to make sure I make you understand this video. So make sure you do this video on your own, and I wish you better luck. But the truth is that writing in words are very much simple. It's not something to just struggle with. Okay, so we've come to the end of this class. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate. My name is Mr. Johnson, and I got it covered for your maths and sciences. You can hit my digit for your exam prep, such as WAEC, NECO. I can help you prepare for such exam. I'm just an inch away from you, so this is my digit here. So we have my digits. Okay, I'm just gonna write it down for you. So 07012897573. Okay, so I got it covered. So, and the thing is that I can tutor you one-on-one anywhere in the world. So thank you so much for being a part of this class. I really do appreciate. Okay.